school isn't just about books, exams, and grades. It's also a place where students form groups, identities, and even rebellious subcultures. In sociology, these youth subcultures give us a fascinating insight into how education can be both a formal and an informal social world. Today, we're diving deep into the world of counter-school cultures, the students who stand in opposition to the academic system, and the sociologists who studied them. When we talk about youth subcultures in school, we mean groups of students who share a common attitude, style, or set of behaviors that set them apart from the mainstream school culture. These subcultures can form as a reaction to the school environment, to teacher expectations, or even to wider social inequalities. And sometimes, they're a way for students to assert their identity, even if that means rejecting the academic norms. Let's start with one of the most famous studies in sociology, Paul Willis's research into 12 white working-class boys in the 1970s. These boys, nicknamed the Lads, didn't see any value in academic work or qualifications. In their eyes, school was not a pathway to success, but a place to pass the time until they could get out and into the world of paid manual labor. They openly rejected school values, misbehaving, disrupting lessons, and mocking those who tried hard in class. For them, fun, humor, and resistance were far more important than homework and grades. This created what Willis called a counter-school culture, one that stood in direct opposition to the aims of the school. Fast forward to Ghaill's study, where he identified a group he called the Macho Lads. Like Willis's lads, they were working-class boys with little interest in academic achievement. But they also carried a strong culture of masculinity, valuing toughness, rejecting authority, and in some cases, expressing racist attitudes. For them, leaving school as soon as possible to earn money was the goal. They saw rule followers and high achievers as weak or inferior. But Mac and Ghaill also noticed another group in contrast: the academic achievers. These were students with a strong work ethic, aiming to succeed both in school and in their future careers, sometimes in business or skilled professions. This shows us that not all working-class boys fit the same mold. David Hargreaves looked at how labeling and streaming within schools could actually create these subcultures. He found that students in the lower streams, often labeled as troublemakers or non-academic, began to form their own groups. They gave status and respect to those who broke rules, turning defiance into a badge of honor. Instead of competing for grades, they competed for rebellion. One big criticism of these studies is that they sometimes present students as if they're passive victims of the system, as if they just accept the labels and follow the script. In reality, many students actively make choices, negotiate their identities, and resist labels in different ways. Not everyone in the lower stream becomes a troublemaker, and not every working-class student rejects education. So, youth subcultures in school aren't just about fashion or slang. They reflect deep social patterns, inequalities, and the way education interacts with class, masculinity, and identity. If you found this exploration interesting, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next sociology deep dive.